Hello, I'm Dr. Damanjot Kaur, and my today's topic is differences between isotonic and isometric exercise. As the name suggests, isotonic. So iso means same, and tonic means the tone of the muscle. The tension remains relatively constant in the isotonic exercise, but the muscle length changes or shorten. But in isometric exercise, as the name suggests, the length of the muscle remains same, but the tension increases without movement. In this diagram, as we see, the contractile component shortened due to contraction, but the series elastic component stretched out. So the tension in the muscle increases during the isometric exercise. Also, as we see, the muscle length changes, so external work done is present in the isotonic exercise, and muscle length remains same in the isometric exercise. Work done will be zero in the isometric exercise. And other differences are, the joint movement is present in the isotonic exercise and joint movement is absent in the isometric exercise. जैसा कि हम जानते हैं कि आइसोटोनिक एक्सरसाइज में रिलैक्सेशन और कॉन्ट्रैक्शन अल्टरनेटिवली फेजेस में आते रहते हैं. एक बार कॉन्ट्रैक्शन होगा, एक बार रिलैक्सेशन होगा. सो ड्यूरिंग कॉन्ट्रैक्शन द ब्लड वेसल विच आर सराउंडिंग द मसल फाइबर squeeze. So that's why during contraction phase, blood supply hampered, and during the relaxation phase, the blood supply is restored. So in isotonic exercise, blood flow is less restricted. On the other hand, in isometric exercise, as muscle is in the constant contraction phase, so more restricted blood supply will be there in the isometric exercise. That's why fatigue come early in the isometric exercise, but fatigue develops slowly in the isotonic exercise. Example of the isotonic exercise are walking, running, and lifting a dumbbell. And isometric exercise are the plank, wall sitting, and pushing against the wall. Isotonic exercise we can calculate by using Mosos's ergograph, as we see in this diagram, and isometric exercise we can calculate the work done by using the dynamometer or hand grip dynamometer. Physiological significance of the isotonic exercise is this, that जब मसल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होती है तो उसकी ऑक्सीजन की डिमांड बढ़ जाती है और उसकी सिंपैथेटिक एक्टिविटी भी इंक्रीज हो जाती है, जिसकी वजह से हार्ट रेट और स्ट्रोक वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज हो जाता है. दैट्स वाई कार्डियक आउटपुट विल इंक्रीज, विच लीड्स टू इंक्रीज इन द सिस्टोलिक ब्लड प्रेशर. और जब मसल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होती है तो उसकी डिमांड बढ़ेगी, तो उसकी जो ब्लड वेसल है एक्टिव मसल में ब्लड वेसल डायलेट हो जाएगी, विच डिक्रीज द पेरिफेरल वास्कुलर रेजिस्टेंस, एंड दिस लीड्स टू स्लाइटली डिक्रीज इन द डायस्टोलिक ब्लड प्रेशर, और इट मे बी remain unchanged. On the other hand, in isometric exercise, sustained muscle contraction is there, which compress the blood vessel within the muscle, and this leads to the increase in the peripheral vascular resistance, which increase the diastolic blood pressure. On the other hand, due to increase in the peripheral vascular resistance, which reduce the blood flow, this activates the metaboreceptors in the muscle. Further, this leads to increased sympathetic activity and lead to increase in heart rate and stroke volume, which increase the systolic blood pressure. For the quick recap, as we see in isotonic exercise, cardiac output is increased markedly, but in isometric exercise, it increased slightly. In uh, as we go further, peripheral vascular resistance is decreased in isotonic exercise, but it increased markedly in isometric exercise. And there is increase in systolic blood pressure in both isotonic and isometric exercise, but diastolic blood pressure may be unchanged or decrease in isotonic exercise, but this increase in isometric exercise. So now come to the Mosos's ergograph, by which we can calculate the work done during the isotonic exercise. So at the end of Mosos's ergograph experiment, we get this type of graph, by which we can calculate the work done in the isotonic exercise. So work done we calculate in the kg into meter. So we can take weight into kg and distance covered in meter. So total distance will be calculated by the we can calculate this by area of this trapezium multiplied by number of contraction. So by this formula we can calculate the work done in the Moses orthography. So now come to the factor affecting in the work done. First is load. If we increase the load, the work done will increase. If we increase the height of the lift, work done will increase. If we increase the number of contraction, work done will be increased. And if a muscle is strained or muscle strength is more, then also work done will be more. Then now come to the arterial and venous occlusion. एज वी नो जब हम वीनस ओक्लूजन करते हैं तो उसकी वजह से हमारे वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट रिमूव नहीं हो पाते, जैसे कि पोटाशियम एंड लैक्टिक एसिड और एडिनिन, जिसकी वजह से फटीक जल्दी आ जाता है. और ऑन द अदर हैंड इन आर्टेरियल ओक्लूजन along with decreased supply of oxygen, there also decrease in the waste product removal. So that's why uh, in arterial occlusion fatigue come earlier than the venous occlusion. Uh, as we see, if we increase the pressure by sphygmomanometer on the brachial artery by 150 mmHg, arterial occlusion will be there, and if we increase the pressure by 40 mmHg, the venous occlusion will be there. Normal venous pressure is between the 5 to 15 mmHg. So at the 40 mmHg, venous occlusion takes place. So also work done is affected by the motivation and mental state of the person. If we motivate someone, there is increase the firing frequency of the cortical neuron, uh, uh, which helps in uh, which help to delay the fatigue, and that's why work done can be increased if we motivate a person. So that's it for all today, and thank you.